most of you who are watching aren't subscribed, and that is kind of a problem because if you're enjoying the content, subscribe. Why not? If you're enjoying it and you're learning something from it, subscribe. It helps me out. I've also got a free Discord crypto community that you can join. I'm recruiting as many ZBCN investors in there to share updates inside the Discord. I just want an active community. It's free of charge. I'm not going to charge you. Get in now. You got no excuse. Last thing I want to say as well, there's some people that think I'm AI, like I'm not a real person. Hang on. Look, I am a real person. I'm as human as they can come. I absolutely hate AI. There's a lot of freaking clankers in my goddamn comments, so don't reply to them. Anyway, let's get onto the video. So first off, how is ZBCN changing the future of finance? Well, first off, let me tell you this. The holders are still increasing. We're now at 82,000 holders. When I first started on this channel about 3 months ago, it was around under 70k. So we've grown quite a bit in 2 months, and I do believe we are going to hit that 100k milestone by the end of the year with all the updates coming up. Another thing as well, that there's 5 billion ZBCN tokens now staking. About 3 weeks ago, we were at 4 billion tokens. So holders have a lot of conviction, because if 5 billion tokens are being staked, that means that a lot of the long-term investors are thinking of the long run. They're not selling. So that's a good sign in my opinion. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These types of videos are for educational purposes, and I'm here to teach you something new. But another milestone as well. Zebec and now have been integrating with 16 different blockchains. I'm going to play a clip from Simon, the CEO, explaining that they have now integrated with 16 different blockchains, now integrating 17 soon when they integrate with the Boba network. But just take a listen of Simon giving you an update on where we are going. Take a look.
You know, just a quick progress update. Recent launches, updates, ecosystem milestones.
Well, as our community knows, it's been a very exciting and action-packed here at Zebec NETWORK. We now support 16 different blockchains, soon to be 17 with the integration of Boba network, which we're going to learn more about on today's spaces. And within the past quarter alone, we've added 4 new chains as support by Zebec. And this really speaks to the scalability of our technology. For other platforms to add new blockchains, it can take months. Zebec has always been a multi-chain solution from the start, and our tech architecture really speaks to these ambitions, and you can now see it with the level of partners that we are bringing on a weekly basis.
Usually integration takes months, but because Zebec are multi-chain, they can integrate a lot of different blockchains instantly, even a few weeks. I'm going to play another clip from Sam, the founder, who is not the CEO anymore. Simon's now the CEO, which I think is a good move. He explains that the integration of their blockchains are mainly tier 1 recognized blockchains. Like, for example, you got Ethereum, BNB, obviously we're on the Solana blockchain, we're layer 2, Sui, XLM, Algorand, AVAX. Most of these blockchains are on tier 1 exchanges, and it's no surprise that Zebec have had early backers since 2021, like Coinbase Ventures, Solana Ventures, Breyer Capital, Lightspeed Ventures, and Circle. So I'm pretty sure the tier 1 exchanges do know about Zebec, considering their early backers. But this is an older clip because he says that they have 10 different chains, but now they have 16, nearly 17. But you can see the rate and how fast they are growing with integration. But take a look.
And another thing we also came to realization was we support almost 10 chains, right? They're all tier 1 chains. In fact, 95% of all Web3 users are in those 10 chains. I think focusing to get those and lock in this payroll opportunity completely for Zebec is much more important, right, than expanding in any other fronts. I think of this as like a battlefield, right? The idea is who takes whose flank. And right now we are in that crux of this stablecoin payroll battle. Whoever takes the flank, after that, the opportunity just cascades down for them. They complete, whoever captures it on either side is able to get it completely. And we believe stablecoin payroll is the most important thing. Whoever wins this wins the entire internet capital market game for whatever the opportunity that lies with crypto, because we believe this whole thing's about trading and is rather of like a short-term phenomenon. Over the long run, the one who decides how you get paid and the one who is enabling that is able to go down the hierarchy and vertically capture the entire market. So for us, focusing on that, is much more noble and much more important.
For those of you that don't know what Zebec's main use case is, it is focusing on stablecoin payroll. So it's a DPIN project, a layer 2 on Solana, focusing on workers getting paid in stablecoins, because the stablecoins are getting a lot more adopted. It's worth over 300 billion market cap. Main ones being Tether and USDC, which Zebec's ecosystem evolves around USDC because Circle is one of their early backers since 2021. And stablecoin adoption adoption because the blockchain technology is very advanced compared to our current payment system. People get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Their main use case is to pay people in stable coins by the second because it's a lot faster, it's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more efficient compared to fiat alternatives because it's a lot of fees. Transferring money is a lot of money. Sam explains that the payroll industry is worth around 11 trillion in payroll annual volume every year, and it's only getting bigger. That's a good thing about Zebec though. It's a US-based company which falls under the stablecoin laws like the Genius Act, which is beneficial for USDC because USDC is pegged to the dollar. It has backed treasuries, and that law is created to prevent things like Terra Luna and FTX, for example. Well, FTX is not a stablecoin, but Terra Luna with their pegged stablecoin, which was pegged to nothing, and it caused a collapse on Terra Luna. They are the first mover advantage of stablecoin payroll. There's not really much crypto projects out there that focuses on that. You know, with the stablecoin adoption on the rise, once they take it over, you know, nothing really matters. Payroll is probably one of the biggest things out there because everyone needs to get paid. People aren't going to work for free. You know, paid is the incentive to work. But why can't people get paid every second? I'm sure a lot of rich people would prefer that they get their paycheck every second or as fast as possible. And on the blockchain as well, considering that Web3 and blockchain technology is getting more and more advanced, and a lot of the Web3 builders are building on Solana. I know there's a lot on Ethereum, but they are moving to Solana. But take a look at this.
Important goal.
In your mind, like what kind of size market is that at the moment in terms of value?
So the way we look into this is, right, everyone, in fact, like I would say 90% of all the capital that exists in the world is some sort of payroll, right? It's like almost $11 trillion in payroll volume a year, right? It means at any time, right, payroll float is not in billions, not in hundred billions. It's actually almost in $1 trillion range. So whoever captures this captures everything else. Like nothing really matters if you are able to capture the payroll industry itself, because it opens up opportunity on being able to be the one who enables card, the way you spend the money, the way you know the money that you are spending is, i.e. like what stablecoin that is being spent on, everything that connects to the user, you are the one who is able to vertically integrate that. So it's a very very big number. In fact, like, you know, it kind of like amazes us to even think about that. Like it's like, hey, you know, it's like much higher. It was a much higher number than entire crypto market combined.
Right. It was a bit why I was kind of a bit nervous to say it because I was like, is that real? But $11 trillion, like as an overall kind of payroll piece.
I'm going to leave it to this last clip here from Simon, the CEO, on one of their recent spaces with KOTA PAY, but unfortunately KOTA PAY could not attend because of connectivity issues. But basically, Sam is hinting that biggest payroll companies are already keeping a close eye on Zebec because Zebec have been around since 2021. They've had their payroll technology since the start. So they are one of the first mover advantages of that narrative. And Zebec being a US-based company, you know, they say they've got the biggest US-based payroll companies keeping an eye on them and wanting to work with them. And just hearing all their partnerships alone, I am not surprised. But take a look.
In talks with some of the largest payroll companies in the US for this sort of integration into their HCM platforms and payment flows. And the first of these should be announcing sometime next month, which we're super excited about. I can't get into too much detail about this right now. But what we're trying to say is the big guys are listening. The industry is waking up to this. And people know that Zebec have been building this technology in a compliant way for years. So we are the go-to solution.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm just going to keep it short like this. But if you like my content, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one.